Alright, what's going on guys? It's Mossy aka Savage Trades, and today we're back with another trade review and recap. So yeah, today is the 11th. Only took one trade on Wednesday. Wasn't really, uh, you know, was not really active last week at all. Just on the last trade on target that I took. And yeah, today we had a beautiful day today. Only had two tickers on watch list. Well, I had AMD ARM and all that, but I just had them on. Just wanted to watch them just to see how they would move price action wise. But yeah, mainly the two ones that I was watching, the usual being Spy, and then the one that I had on watch list, the individual name was SQ. Now coming to the day, the reason why I had SQ on watch list here, traded SQ here beautifully. Now if we go ahead and look at this weekly here, let me go and clear that out. We popped this kind of like this doji you want to call it, and then we popped this kind of this hammer candle, and I noticed that okay, we could get a squeeze here, even though the volume is low. uh, you know Traders might think, or buyers or sellers might think that this is where it goes down, and either way, that's definitely possible. But I was looking for a quick squeeze before it did that above this key level that I had marked, which was 80, and really 81.80. Above that I was going to take it long to 83, and then all the way to 85. And that's basically what happened here. As you guys can see, if we go on the daily chart, we had this double bottom in place as well. I was looking for a hold above this 81.80 to go long, and right off the open we had this beautiful, you can see this day one strength here on the daily here. Also forgot to mention the daily candle. The recent daily candle had a high volume node, and I noticed that okay, we could get maybe a potential continuation before we reject and turn back, and that's basically what seems to be happening. So yeah, so we had this day one strength here on Friday. And then right off the open on Monday, I knew that I saw that it was holding pre-market high. I saw that it was holding pre-market its levels, and it was staying above 80. So I was like, you know what? There's potential for this to go to 85, and or at least to 83, which was the high of all the way on the 23rd. So I was like, we could definitely hit that and tap that before we reject, or maybe go higher. I was open to, of course, being flexible. And overall, I would say that I definitely gave a lot of profits back on the table. So basically, I entered the first two contracts at 114 here, the 85 calls. So right off the open, I saw the huge tape strength. I was watching tape and I saw how strong it was. And as soon as we got this candle with the high pop volume, I entered at 114. Stop loss was basically below, this level here, 81.80. If we can hold that, trimmed the first contract around on this candle here at 150. Didn't want to be greedy, wanted to lock in profits. And then the last contract, the highest was that I had was it went to 188, and my idea was here that we could see 85, so I held it with the VWAP here, as you guys can see. Let me go ahead and remove this. So as you guys can see here, let me go ahead and remove this. So this is VWAP here, and basically and we kind of pulled back here. I was like, cool, this could be saw this pullback on low volume. I said this could be just a simple pullback here, and then we continue. But didn't really happen. As you guys can see, we tapped in here. I was like, okay, if we get a close below VWAP, I'm out. And basically, we get a close below VWAP. I exited at 130. So yeah, definitely gave back around, I would say, $80 worth of gains. Considering that I wasn't really thinking in terms of the small account perception, or perspective. And yeah, so then I retried my luck again here, and I saw that it held above VWAP here. Potential volume came back, and saw some buyers on the tape. But the ideal entry, or the ideal re-entry for a second trade, would have been right above this level here, the 83.23, which it perfectly rejected off of, and basically I exited here at 140. So I gave back $10 again. So overall, I gave back like $90. And yeah, I mean, ideally we would like to take a second entry here if it broke and held here, but that didn't really happen, and it is what it is. I noticed that as soon as I entered, so that's one thing that I'm gonna journal and write down. But yeah, overall, SQ had a beautiful move. If you're scalping this name, beautiful move. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for that name. Let's go to the next name here on Spy. So on Spy, I was able to catch a beautiful trade. Sorry, for the last ticker, SQ just basically came out with $39. So green is green. And yeah, so for Spy here, basically took puts today, and the reason why was, if we go ahead and look at the weekly here, we had this doji here, of course. Doji candle, didn't really care, to be honest with you. I was like, okay, I just had my levels that I marked, and that's all I really cared about. Let me go ahead and actually. Is it the recent levels? Yes, okay, these are the recent levels. Cool, so basically, coming into Spy here, what I noticed is that if we go ahead and look at the daily here, we got this kind of like this bearish kind of engulfing, not really, but kind of like dark cloud cover. I don't know. It looked pretty bearish, so I was like, you know what, we could get definitely a pullback here. my sentiment was open to either direction, but seeing how we're gapping down as well, I was open to taking shorts. And yeah, if we go ahead and look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame, ideally the 1 hour, these are the levels that I had plotted. Now for bull scenario, I was watching 513, and for bearish scenario was below 510. And that's basically what happened here. As you guys can see, took the first trade here on the one. The cons were pretty expensive, so took the kind of like the out of money cons, the 503 puts, and entered at 175 here as soon as we saw that break of 510 here. And my goal is that stop loss was going to be above right 510, 516. See if we can reject that area here. And if we were to hold above it, I was going to exit. Overall, beautiful risk to reward, beautiful entry, I would say. Ideally, you could have taken the retest on the 510 here, but I was just like, I wasn't sure because sometimes SPY does its own thing and you never get that retest. But in this case, you do get the retest, so I'm improving on that and working on that, and not to waiting to not really rush it. And yeah, so I noticed that we were rejecting this level, not rejecting this level, but we were consolidating here on the 5 minute. We weren't able to. We were wicking, and we weren't able to really push below above pre-market highs. And as soon as I saw this candle here and started to pick up volume, I entered at 175. At 175, my one and only contract here for the 503 puts, and my target was basically 508.50. Now I did notice that pre-market high we could definitely get some kind of a potential reversal here, so I was aware of that and I adjusted my stop loss to basically like right here 509.80. So yeah, basically we had a beautiful drop there and basically took profit at the exact bottom, close to the bottom, at 215. And yeah, overall 40 bucks on a day, which means you're about to 80 bucks on a day overall. And yeah, small account overall sitting at 654, so that's cool. But still waiting for my interactive brokers to come in so I can reload the proper account and start using that platform with starting with 2K account. But overall, that's pretty much it for the day. And yeah, hope you guys were able to catch any good trades. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.